It is 9:35 a.m. here in the Philippines at the date of January 7, 2023. This is the pilot episode of the Babbling Bread. It is it's uh it's not new. I've done this before, but it is before it's not in a sense of a podcast because there are a lot of elements that, doesn't qualify it as such. In this case, this is going to be a podcast, so we will notice a lot of changes, like significant changes on how this content is delivered. I will be editing this later on, so please bear with me. So, like I said, I have done somewhat of a podcast before. I don't feel like it's a podcast, given that I have contents there that allows you, to look. Hey, look at this! Like, look at this, look at that. That wherein, if you are listening it, like on like a radio and such, you won't be able to see it. So I'm trying to set up a format wherein I will be sorry. I will be just just the voice. You can turn. You don't need to look at the video and such as that. So that's what my goal is for this podcast. Um, the last podcast, or I would say just a just chatting stream on YouTube, was Your Daily Bread. I was planning to stick to that name, but I realized that it feels as though naming it Your Daily Bread and you don't get a daily podcast of it, it feels like it doesn't hold true to the name. Your Daily Bread is actually a decent podcast name. I do enjoy that. I would credit myself for thinking of that name. Obviously, it's reference from a well-known book for your Our Daily Bread. So I just changed it to Your Daily Bread. But again, I want to have a name wherein I don't get restricted based on its name alone. Like, for example, we are Your Daily Bread. It's not a daily, it's a weekly thing. So I have come up with different names to the podcast, and I come up with Babbling Bread. I was supposed to add like crumbs in the middle just for the joke of it, but it does. I don't think it would work. It's just forcing the joke, so it's gonna be Babbling Bread because babbling, like, it refers to rapidly and continuous, foolish, exciting, sounds, like a murmur sounds, like it's like random, like rapid. It's like you don't understand what it is, like. Wherein in a way it's something like that. When I do just chatting stream, it goes to that route because I interact with the viewers itself when I do a just chatting stream. So what happened is if I am on a topic, it will just go on to different types of uh you know spectrum, I guess. Like, you go wrestling, go to another thing, go another thing. So it will be a little bit confusing when you're jumping in. It will just destroy the context of it. So the babbling thing, that's why I chose babbling. Although this concept of the podcast would be much more organized. So this is where I talk about random stuff, but in an organized manner. What I mean organized manner is that we're gonna talk about wrestling. The portion of the podcast we talk about wrestling. If we about comics, it's just a portion of it. We will talk about different stuff here, but in this sense, we are, it's still organized. We're in after we done with the stream, I will edit the chapter. I found out that it is called a chapter. We could just basically go there. You could just go to the timestamp and go listen what thing that you would like the most. So I would give a rundown of what we're gonna talk about. But in a way, I also like to make this like a 2 hour thing. Though, yeah, I started a little bit late. Sorry, the stream started at 9:30 a.m., but I started at 9:35, so we're gonna adjust for a little bit. And the reason is that I set up the stream as a mobile stream. So what happened is that I cannot use OBS to go live. So the link that you saved before will not work. It will not work. Now it's so next time I should schedule it maybe right every Friday evening, I guess, or Thursday evening. I can't. I think you don't have enough time if I schedule it that early. So obviously, we're gonna talk about wrestling. Two things we're gonna talk about wrestling, which is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom. We're gonna talk about that. It's the Wrestle Kingdom 17 that happened just a few days ago. Then we're gonna talk about VTubers. Actually, we're gonna talk about VTubers in a sense. There are a lot of things happening in the PH VTuber scene as well as the international. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. And in the spectrum of what else we need to talk about, I want to talk about the one that got viral a few days ago, which is the post of Donalyn. And let's talk about a little bit of conventions, anime conventions, wherein I would talk about my experience in all of the cons, if I can still remember some of them. All the cons I went last year. Then what are the upcoming cons for this year? So yeah, we have a lot to talk about, to be honest. Okay, and it's gonna be I got portion wise. So it's I would like to invite everyone, stay back and relax, and hopefully enjoy. Enjoy. Oh. Okay. First off, we're gonna talk about wrestling. So just a few days ago, this is on January 4, we have Wrestle Kingdom 17. This is an equivalent to WrestleMania for New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling is a wrestling promotion in Japan, and I think it is the number one right now. Like, I guess in the West side, like if you are looking at it in the perspective of non-Japanese, I think New Japan Pro Wrestling is the most well-known one, Japanese promotion. There are others as well, obvious. There's other promotions, but I think this is the most popular in my opinion, obviously. So, Wrestling Kingdom 17 is actually uh I would say weird. No, it's not weird. It's in a sense of a absolute hidden door, a forbidden door. Sorry, what do I mean? So, in the forbidden door, and the concept of it is that a wrestler, or is a rare instance where wrestlers from other promotions are allowed to wrestle to different promotion. It could be in different reasoning to it, but that is like the gist of it. AEW tried to do that in Forbidden Door, but it's just like it's New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW clashing it, and it's not really much of Forbidden Door, and I guess it was an okay one because not a lot of things happened, a lot of things a lot of things happen because in a sense of I will say here injuries and visa issues. So the Forbidden Door of AEW could have been better. It is good, but it could have been better. But because of those issues, some of the some of the things are this and that. It's just like a good pay-per-view. I don't even know if you could call it pay-per-view at this point because WWE call it live events. So the good thing about this Wrestle Kingdom 17 is there are wrestlers from different promotion. AEW, which is the AEW is the, I guess, the main rival of WWE right now in the West, in the US. Then also there's WWE wrestlers, which is, we're gonna talk about WWE later because WWE is just going on after going so high in mid of last, not even mid of last year. It's like the very second quarter of 2022. WWE just went soaring high because of the thing that happened. Then by the looks of it, it's like start tumbling down at the start of 2023. We're gonna talk about that later. Now, in Wrestle Kingdom 17, the cool thing about this is there are wrestlers from different promotion. It's just a surprise that this thing happened. So one of the main thing you will, Omega, she is a wrestler. I guess I would say is one of the best wrestlers out there. An AEW wrestler had a match which is sent to the last match of day one. Okay, this one has day one and day two original. Day one and day two. So there's two. They have 2 days, similar to what WWE is doing, but they did it first. It was a surprise that Kenny Omega is there, and it's like brought out a amazing match. Soon they will show this. They will have a free to watch video of this. Free to watch video of Kenny Omega versus his opponent Will Ospreay, and they brought out a very good match. It's the one thing I think good about New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW is that I would say their storyline is not that complicated. It's not that complicated. It's simple to follow, but the quality of wrestling that they brought out is just very good. Wherein in WWE, there are some storyline that has a very good stories, like very good stories, but the wrestling there is like okay. It's not 5-star in anything. And also, last time I saw the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match here for night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom 17 had a 6.25 stars in it. A lot of people say it's very good. I don't know where to find the full match of it. If I were able to, I would just do it. I would just watch it, you know. Then that's an AEW. Unfortunately, I don't know who are the other AEW stars here, because AEW is like AEW wrestlers are able to wrestle in other promotions, depending on who you are. Because I think Jay White is an AEW star, but he is the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, which is the highest title. Also, Kenny Omega is the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, despite an AEW guy. So I'm guessing he is also a AEW and a New Japan wrestler. I don't know. It's just great. There is also what here? Mercedes Moné, better known as Sasha Banks in WWE, made her debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and based on night 2. Oh no, there's no news on night 2 actually. So I guess okay, I guess she won't be wrestling in night 2. Okay, I thought she would be wrestling in night 2. One half of the Good Brothers as well. This is a WWE wrestler this time. One half of the Good Brothers, it's Carl Anderson, who is also a champion in New Japan, which is the never openweight champion. It's just, you know, was there in wrestling. It's just, in a sense, it's just weird to see that other wrestlers from different promotion go to a different promotion in a sense of a forbidden door. For as a wrestling fan, it's just so weird that this happens because, you know, well, for the longest time, WWE was the basis of wrestling of all things. Like what WWE does is like, I would say the rule of thumb, but there are a lot of things there against it. But most of the time, they don't allow their wrestlers to wrestle in different promotion. But given this, at least in this moment, because like I said, there's something big happening in WWE just now. So this moment, they are allowing their talents to wrestle to other promotion, and not just like an indie promotion. It's a big promotion. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Carl Anderson was there. He's also the current champion, but lost to Tamatonga, his former Bullet Club Bullet Club member as well. So two former Bullet Club leaders fighting it out, and with Tamatonga winning, and the new champion is crowned. There's also just also a few days ago, Pro Wrestling Noah, Shinsuke Nakamura was there to wrestle the great Muta in his I guess it's a road show. He's on his way to his retirement, so basically he's doing different matches, and that's on his way. It's just very. It's just not AEW. It's not WWE's cup of tea to do that. Like, it's not their norm, so they're just trying things out, which is hopefully, this is a big hopefully they do it, because again, we got to say something. And also, this is the first they did this event itself. The Wrestling Kingdom 17 is in honor of Antonio Inoki, so he is the founder, if I can remember correctly. He is the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He passed away this October as well. And yeah, he is like very, very recognizable. Actually, nobody, just a fun fact, he technically won the WWF World Heavyweight Champion to, what's his name? Who is the longest reigning WWE champion of all time? I'm thinking on who it is. Basically he's the longest reigning one, and Antonio Inoki won it. He won the title, but it wasn't recognized by WWE. So in the eyes of WWE, it's a straight reign. It's a straight reign for this specific wrestler. And I'm trying to look for it on who was that wrestler. I just forgot his name. So I don't know, Bob Backlund, I guess. Oh no, it's just Bob Backlund. Okay, correction. I thought it was somebody that is oh, sorry. I thought it was someone who the longest reigning one. The longest reigning WWE champion. I think it would be, it's not showing. Bruno Sammartino. I thought it was him, but no, it's Bob Backlund. But yeah, sorry for the correction on that one, but yeah. Now moving on to, okay, now we are done with the New Japan Pro Wrestling again. I highly recommend, if it's available to watch, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay in Wrestle Kingdom 17 Day 1, and it's a very good match. And Kenny Omega with a freaking Sephiroth entrance. Yeah, I gotta appreciate it. So before we move on to WWE side of the wrestling news, I would like to say again, 3 a.m. Raid, hello, podcast. My name is G. Sorry, C. Hello, good morning to you. Van, hello, good morning as well. I explain jokes for a living. Hello. Shiarpon says is aga, or it's like sir early. I would like to try to have an early podcast on a weekend, and only on YouTube. Then commented on Kenny Omega's entrance. The entrance theme, though, yes, he used One Wing Angel, which is a very big thing because Japan is very strict with their copyright laws, and the fact that they allowed this to happen, it means they have full trust in Kenny Omega. Hunter Okami, hello, how are you? Juan the Imperial, good morning, Ginoong WheatBread, hello. So, we're gonna move on to the news, WWE news. So, this is... Shoot. It is a... how would I say this? It is a very, very... as a wrestling fan, it's a WWE fan. it is very, very sad news. A very sad news on what is happening to WWE right now. So, okay. Yeah, okay. So hold on. Let me just. It's a little bit disappointing news. So, what are we talking about? So, give you the main story. Vince McMahon, the founder of WWE, is returning back to WWE. And it sounds like it's like, oh wow, well, why are you like this though? It's not bad, right? No, it is very bad because to give you context, less than 6 months ago, Vince McMahon resigned as the former CEO and chairman of WWE. The reason is that he has scandals, like scandals circulating around him. It's sorry. It was Wall Street Journal that reported that there were sexual misconduct allegations against Vince McMahon, and as a businessman, Vince itself, he stepped down for so those reports would not affect the company. It will just affect him, and here's the thing: the case is still ongoing, so it's still not done. The moment that Vince McMahon left WWE, Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan is replaced Vince McMahon as co-CEOs, while Triple H handles everything from below. So basically, he handles. I think. I would say you would credit Triple H right now on how WWE is right now, which is their storylines, their quality and product is way better. A few wrestlers came back. A lot of wrestlers came back that were previously let go due to quote unquote funds issues, like they don't have money to support them, like they're losing money in a sense, so they're letting go of talents. However, for some reason, the Triple H was able to bring them back and still bring out high quality shows. So in a sense, like it's just there's a lot of questionable things that happened in the final years of this man holding it, and now that Triple H was able to handle it, a lot of people are enjoying WWE right now, me included. What was WWE showing while Vince McMahon was in recent years? I'd say give it like 5 years. From the past 5 years, the quality of WWE shows is just okay. Like, oh well, you're there, it's fine. But when Triple H handled it, I enjoy watching it. Like, it's not just like, oh, okay, I want to watch this. Because Triple H was doing good in terms of storyline, in terms of how, it's also how things work. He brought back a lot of talents that, very popular with the fans and for some reason was let go. There's also, he also allowed WWE wrestlers to work to other promotion. Like I said, Carl Anderson went to New Japan Pro Wrestling Kingdom 17 to defend his title. There's also Shinsuke Nakamura going to Pro Wrestling Noah to raise the Great Muta for one of his final matches. Now, WWE is like flying off. Like it became a consistent, I'll say, consistent good show for the most part of 2022. It's because Vince McMahon left. Because a lot of people know that it was Vince McMahon was the cause of why the quality of product is like deteriorates. And now he is back. So on how he was able to come back. Basically, even though he left WWE as a CEO and chairman, he still owns majority of the voting power. So now, a few months ago, there were also reports that him leaving the company is a very bad suggestion. Like somebody suggested him to leave WWE, which is like in his and he think of it as, oh, it's bad for the product. It's a bad advice. It was, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's just a few months ago. I don't think there's no any other use until just a few days ago, just 2 days ago, where Vince McMahon returned. So basically, what happened is that Vince McMahon, having the majority voting power to WWE, told the board that you need me because majority of the the brand deals, TV deals, like deals that expose WWE to public. Fox got it. If you are in the Philippines, you can watch the pay-per-view on Disney Plus. Well, WWE Network is gone now, but anyway, so that way for exposure, right? Most of those contracts were about to expire, and he believes that you need him for those deals. So he said, unless you don't bring me back as I will not approve any of the deals, which is very big because he is a majority. He has a majority vote, the single guy. So even if WWE got a very good deal, it's just gone. You guess no. When he said no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. So I'm reading the news right now. This is the press release of WWE on Vince McMahon's return. So it said that today we announced that the founder of WWE, Vince McMahon, will be returning to the board as board of directors here. We're talking about board of directors. We also welcome back Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to our board of directors. Together, we look forward to exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. This is what Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, and Triple H said, which I'm assuming they didn't like it. Then Vince McMahon said WWE has an exceptional management team in place, and I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, and responsibilities. Then he said the company confirmed they will undergo a strategic review to maximize value of WWE shareholders. There is no assurance that this process will result in a transaction. Okay, so it's confirmed now that he's part of the board of directors again. And basically, why is Vince McMahon want to return? Apart from saying that the advice of him leaving WWE is a bad advice in his mind, Vince McMahon is also planning to sell WWE. Now, it was explained to a different video, but basically, if that were to happen, and he is not part of the board of directors, he's not getting anything apart from the value of that he got. So that's one of the few reasons that why he comes back. So when he comes back, he will sell the company, and he'll get something out of it. Also, take note, like I said, he has an ongoing scandal about hush money and sexual misconduct. right? But it's still ongoing, and I don't know why it's a good idea for him to come back and you still have an ongoing investigation. It will most likely hurt the product. Now, if you're gonna try to sell the product and knowing one of the board of directors has that issues, right? And also the two, so basically three, what do you call this? Currently, he's just member of the board of directors, but Vince McMahon wants to be the executive chairman of the board. So we're still not sure if he will gain that role. But currently, this is an article for Cultaholic. This was posted on January 6th at 3 p.m. This is on our time. That there are still no changes in Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon's position. They're still both co-CEOs. Triple H is still the chief content officer. So, and the chairperson or chairwoman is still Stephanie McMahon. Still no news if Vince McMahon will really push as the executive chairman of the board. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's just a back end issue. It's a back end issue for me. But if there are going to be reports that he will control creative, hirings, it's gonna be a problem with WWE. In the past 6 months, is it 6 months? I think 6 months. Past few months, Triple H brought back those wrestlers that we enjoy watching, and now they were released by Vince McMahon, and now, by the looks of it, Vince McMahon might basically kick him out again. If he controls that. Hopefully he doesn't control. He doesn't control the creative and stuff like that. I hope he was watching his current product and see if it's profitable and not profitable or not. Now, we should you think about it. Even if the quality of the wrestling, the storylines of those WWE is way much better than before, I'm not sure on its profitability, if it's still profitable in a way. I hope so. There's got to be a good one. There's got to, so that Vince McMahon will realize, oh, you made WWE better. I just want the money, but keep doing what you do. Then if that's will be the case, I'm fine with him. Do whatever he wants. Just don't touch the product itself. And actually, that concludes the wrestling portion of our podcast. So it's a little bit of here and there, But okay. So before we continue, Yakwe. Yakwe. Hello, Gomo Sir WheatBread. Breb. Hello. There's Magalu is here as well. Conwheat. Hello, how are you? And Hunter Okami sell. Yes. That's basically what they're gonna do. They might planning to sell Vince McMahon's planning to sell WWE. Which he will get a lot of money out of that one. Let's be honest, it is. Okay, moving on to our next topic, which is we're gonna talk about VTubers. And in a span of a week, I guess, there have been a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, never mind. So, first things first, I guess the oldest news as we got here. Holostars English is having an audition, VTuber editions. So, they have a full support system, which is they're gonna give you an avatar. They're gonna allow you to lend live streaming equipment, and you could possibly get a full body 3D model of the model that the live 2D model that they're gonna give you. So, this is again Holostar requirements. Make sure the guidelines is as following. It's open for the following who falls under this criteria. Those who can continue to stream for 1 or more years. So they're looking at people who could stream at least a year and hopefully more. Those who can stream 3 or more times a week, streaming on holidays or after return from home, from studying and working is acceptable. So again, they as long as you can stream for 3 to more times a week, they will accept that. Those with experience streaming, gaming, singing, illustration, as are looking at those, and at least at the age of 18. Those are the requirements. And there is so there is also 3 phases. Well, you submitted, right? So there's also 3 phases. Basically, document screening. For those who pass screening, will be notified within a month. So basically, you're going to build a bunch of documentations. Then there will be an online interview or an office interview, I guess, depending on where you are. Then there's a debut confirmation. So basically, you need to go through those phases, and the last one would be the debut itself. So actually, we don't know if there's training, but yeah. So if you're interested to join, I don't think they have a deadline. Do they have a deadline? Weirdly enough, that they don't have a deadline, but I guess they do. It's not specified. This is in their official website, HoloStars, HoloLifePro.com. It doesn't have any deadline. I guess it's an open audition, and they just notify every now and then. Like, you can keep auditioning if you want to. This is fine. It's fine. Also, Niji-san GEN. This news was like yesterday. Niji-san GEN is also opening up auditions. So they're looking for English-speaking VTuber edition. VTubers. So application requirements is, again, this is Niji-sanji. This is different from, this is different. Wait, okay. In Niji-sanji, requirement is candidates who can make content for at least 12 months will be considered for the audition. Having experience in the field of streaming is preferred. So at least you can stream at least 12 months. It's a similar requirement as, HoloStars EN. You should be 80 years old and above as well. They don't care about the gender this time. HoloStars are they technically don't care for genders as well, but you will be portrayed as a guy, a male. You should be fluent in English, and being knowledgeable in other languages is optional, but it's highly, And additional details in the application form. I double checked their application form. It's just like you're allowed to deliver content at least 3 times a week. That's it. The difference is this has a deadline. The deadline would be January 23 at 11:59 p.m. GST. So this is like in Manila time. It's 10:59 p.m. of January 23rd. So there, I mentioned this multiple times on a stream before. There is HoloLive, and there is also Niji-san EN who have English talents. If you're a male talent, you would notice a pattern that Niji-san EN is doing pretty good with that department. Whereas female talents, it's HoloLive was the one who's doing good. Although I think it's been a while since HoloLive has released a set of female talents. They are doing the slow approach, I would say. But yeah, if you guys really want to join, just feel free to go to their website to get the application form, and you'll never know, you might be our next Niji-sanji or HoloStar talent. Now that's just the news that I want to talk about in the international scene. which is the auditions. Locally, we have a lot of things going on as well. So first thing first, Cometa. Cometa is opening up both Generation 2 auditions and the first male division of Cometa. This is after 1 year. So technically more than a year, I think. More than a year of Cometa. They're now announcing Gen 2. So after Miria, Elaine, and Virgil, we're gonna have a new set of talents. Excuse me. We're gonna have a new set of talents. So the requirements is almost the same. The difference is you are required to be a native speaker of English and Filipino. That's only a difference. The requirement is basically the same. You must be a native speaker of English and Filipino language. You can stream 3 times a week. You have a history of online content creation. You're at least 18 years old. I guess it doesn't have the requirement of you should do this at least a year. I guess that's good. Then the perks is you're gonna get a live 2D model. You're gonna get an iPhone X or above. I guess for the purpose for face tracking compatibility and a PC hardware upgrade. Excited, hopefully you guys go try this audition out, and you'll never know. You might be the next Cometa star. Again, Cometa is the very first official virtual live, it's the very first VTubing company in the Philippines. And they have produced Elaine, Miria, and Virgil, and they are very good content creators. Now, I think we're done with all of these auditions. So for those who would like to go, who would like to join the audition, all I think I say is good luck to you guys. Good luck to you guys. And now, the last 2 news in terms of the VTuber side is Me to Live and Ethereal Project are having a new generation. So Me to Live is a VTubing agency, as well as Ethereal Project is a VTuber virtual YouTuber group. Both are Philippine based. I believe the one who announced first was Me Too Live. So they announced a new second generation. Me Too Live currently has 3 of the talents, 3 active talents, which is, hold on, give me. It's Eya Mahalia. Sorry if I butchered her name. And Mari Tesu. Actually, to be completely honest, the third one I haven't heard anything, hadn't heard anything about her. So we'll see about that. But it's been a while. The third one was the male talent actually left. Okay, the name of the other one is Aisora Sada, which I haven't seen her in a while. And the one who recently graduated was Malik Jugo. So, Now they have a third gen one, which their names are as follows: Hiraya Pina, Saul Ezra Azarcio, and Ara Abela. Okay, if I remember, the third one, the third one, which that I mentioned, which is Arabella, has not yet debuted her model. Well, she just dropped the goal thing, like goal on how many likes and retweets before she revealed her model. That's still they just posted that 20 minutes ago. This is again, it's 20 minutes ago, so we'll see what she looks like. Although I'm looking at, she is described, well, Arabella is described as a hickey bugmaster. I'll completely honest, I don't know what that is. Me Too Live, if you notice that all of their talent is reference to different Filipino inspired things, in a sense of it could be culture, it could be mythical creatures, like Mari is manananggal, Izona is a demonyo, and Mahalia is a bakunawa. Those are their motif. So I don't know what the hickey bug master is. So old Ezra is a taho man, but he's also a wolf guy. He's also a wolf guy. So that's cool. He's the one who first showcased his model. I think it was like a few days ago. And yesterday, Hiraya Pina, and she is tagged as Daligmata. What is a Daligmata? Daligmata is also a mythical creature, basically someone with multiple eyes. We haven't seen her full model yet, because based on her model, it's just a single. She only has a single eye. Her other eye is her bangs is hiding it. So, there are still a lot of there are a lot of different mythical creatures, different cultures in the Philippines that they could still tap into. But this current gen, we'll see what they are. They don't have a debut date yet, so we have to wait after a few weeks. They are already, they're unlocking the last member, so maybe after a few days they're gonna announce when is their debut date, and it's gonna be exciting. Now, last news is Etheria Pro announce another. Well, I don't know. They don't do it in wave, I guess. There is a group within the group, I guess. I don't know the name of the group of Azashi, Kamyaju, and Asatsuren. I don't know what's their group name is. I mean, their new wave. I don't know what they technically call it, but they call themselves as Wishing. Wishing. It's the Wishing division of April. Because I don't know what the Kabeju's division called technically. Probably you don't have a name where I guess they will. I think they will give him a name afterwards. But yeah, they're gonna announce 4 new talents. Here, their name is as follows. I think I have to open their Twitter because their Twitter handle is not that Ray or Ray Orihara. That's one of them. Then there is Kai Hoshimi. We don't. Sorry, they just announced this recently, so there's no description of what their models look like or what it is all about. Kane Arias von Mikhail. I guess she is a female. And last is just Kuri. Interesting that the name is just Kuri. The only one who doesn't have a last name. Again, this is also known as Kamiya Juice Group. So it's interesting to see on what will be what who are they? Oh, their characters. It will take a while before we will know, but based on the picture, Ray Ray might have a deer motif. Kai Hoshimi has constellation and just space, so it could be that as well. Kane will Kane von Kale. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's a bit random. Like Comet, I guess. She doesn't have a emotes yet. The the Oshi mark, is that what you call it? I don't know. Kuri though. It doesn't say much on what he is. But yeah, this is very interesting. We'll see. We'll see. Although, Rei Orihara has 41K subscribers. Very interesting. Oh, his okay, I see. He is technically recruited, I guess. Because based on this one, he has a 4.5K viewed cover of a song. Interesting that he also have this, I guess. Okay. So I guess he got recruited. He got recruited. Interesting. Hmm. Well, I can't say much anymore though. But yeah, that is the final news for VTubers. So I talk about the VTuber section. So we talk about a lot of additions and a lot of new VTubers coming up. Now, before we continue to the last part, which is like it's just anything under the sun. It doesn't fall to any other categories. That's how it's like anything. What was the last time I will okay. 3 a.m. Raid said, "Go na sir WheatBread." I think 3 a.m. Raid is referring to the auditions in this time. Sure, I will. Why not? I'll just do a thing. Why not? Kazuo just arrived and say good morning, Brad. Ryu is here. WheatBread request sa umaga. Yes, thank you so much. Kazuo referenced free iPhone X. Let's go. It's a reference of Cometa Live giving you an iPhone X. It's I think it's just a lending thing. Bread's gonna secretly audition in Cometa. Well, we could do that actually if we want to. Good morning, Sir Reaper and chat. That's Popo the Clipper. Kazuo said, "Can't wait for Tikbalang VTuber." I think there is, but we just need to find it. April. This is reference to when I asked what is the name of Kameju's group. The April is the short term of the Ethereum project. But given that they have a name for the new ones named Wishing, they should give a name for Kameju's group. So that's I eat you for breakfast. Okay, Shiorpon. Okay, let me sip a cup of coffee. I've been drinking coffee. Oh, gosh. Okay. Now we're going to move over to other topics that doesn't fall on to the things I always want to talk about. But I still want to talk about it. It doesn't have a specific category. First off is actually very oh no. It is very, very complex. It's hard to explain. So there is this content creator called Donalyn Bartolome, and she posted something, and that post got a lot of heat. A lot got angry with her. Gosh. So this is a article by Rappler. This is so she posted this. So hold up. So for the first part of this, I'm gonna say what she said word for word. Then I'm gonna read the translation of it. This is what she posted. This is in Filipino. It's a mix of Filipino and English. This is what we always do in the Philippines. You know, I guess in other countries as well. She posted this and said, "Bakit may sad dahil back to work na? Di ba dapat masaya ka kasi may chance ka na pagandahin buhay mo at ng pamilya? Trip ko pa nga may work ng January 1 dahil superstition ko, may work ako buong taon pag ganon. Dapat grateful kasi may work. If work makes you unhappy, I hope you find a job that will." Yung pakikiligin ka at shit and emoji. Anyways, this is just a reminder that having a job is a blessing. Best change mindset. It's 2023. So for those who doesn't understand Filipino or Tagalog, this is what she said. Why are people sad over going back to work? Shouldn't you be happy because you have a chance to make your life and your family's life better? You should be grateful that there's work. If work makes you unhappy, I hope you find a job that will excite you and sheet. Then the rest is, Anyways, it's just a reminder that having a job is a blessing. Best change mindset. It's 2023. Oh my god. There is, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why people say, I mean, technically speechless in a sense of she get dubbed as the queen of toxic positivity, and she's got a job that will make us happy. In the meantime, don't invalidate our feelings. That's what he said. That's what the user said. Then there's another one in Twitter said, Miss Donalyn Bartolome, let people speak their hearts out. Not all people are privileged like you. You may love working on holidays, some people do not. Minimum wage, traffic, heavy workload, and some valid reasons to be sad. Stop being insensitive and problematic. Somebody said that. There's another said, this blogger who is having millions of revenue said it's easy for you to say it's easy to say this word. There's another said this Eva Lee Queen, a member in the Drag Race Philippines, said it's arrogant and privileged to tell wage earners and anyone try to make a living to just be grateful that their grievances is just a matter of not being grateful, that their truth should not be invalidated. Focus on yourself. Wag mo napakialaman ang iba, te. So like don't don't think about others in the sense of that. Well, there are positive ones. One said, sabi na ikaw yung magmo-motivate sa akin, ha? Okay. It's like, just like I knew it, you're the one who's gonna motivate me. Somebody said, not really sad, but you made me realize too that having work is a blessing. Even as a minimum wage earner and huge daily expenses, I still find myself as a grateful one to have a job. That one user said, and well, she replied, hard work pays off. Look at you. Don't forget to reward yourself. And there's also basically it's a mixed reaction, but it got popular because a lot of people said that her posts are very insensitive. Uh, they tag her as the queen of toxic positivity. Here's my thoughts about it. What? Her intention here is like try your best to be positive, and there are people saying no, we are miserable, don't say that. Dude, if I post something, if I post anything at all, you would look at my Twitter. If I post anything at all, I don't consider anybody else. I don't always consider everybody. I don't think she posts that for the purpose of, hey, you know what? Let's piss off those wage earners who doesn't like their job. Because if I posted this, they will be very, very mad. That's not her intention. It's just an intention that be grateful that you still have a job. In my interpretation, that be grateful you still have a job. There are others who lost their job during the pandemic, and be grateful you still have it. I know that though that might not be the ideal job that you would like, but hopefully maybe one day you would find that job that you really like. I think that's just her intention. And in my interpretation, how people say it is like, how dare you not recognizing our grief like that. Like, how dare you do not recognize our grief. Like, that does not make any sense. If I post something like in a sense, in a hyperbole equivalent, this is a hyperbole, like exaggeration, so you would understand what I meant. If I posted on Twitter Merry Christmas, it feels like somebody will comment like, how dare you, I'm not Catholic, I don't enjoy Christmas. How dare you post this Merry Christmas for me to see who does not celebrate Christmas. It's something like that. I don't consider those who doesn't celebrate Christmas. Maybe some do. They say happy holidays, but you're not recognizing people who doesn't celebrate holidays on that time. It's in a sense of like, I don't see it as being arrogant in a way. It's in a sense, she's just saying like, there's a lot of, in a sense, is like she wants you to think positive, because like I said, thinking too much negative is bad, and it's not, it's just like that. And what I understand on her tweet is like, at least be grateful that you still have work. You are currently having a chance to, help your family or yourself, and hopefully you would get a very good job, a very job that you like to do. And a lot of, I don't know, that's how I interpret most of the negative replies. And in a sense, you don't, for some reason, you probably replied to her, and basically, why would you reply to her? Did you follow her and you see this, or do you see it because it went viral? What do you think about it? Because for me, if I post something, regardless if I have like 5 followers or 5 million followers, I don't consider anybody. I say what I want to say. It's something that you gotta say, and it has the sense of being, motivated, if you think about it. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, this basically, she is saying it that it's, because if you look at everything of the comments, it sounds like it's more on the bitter sense. Like this one said, sabi ng vlogger na sumasahod ng milyon, lol, it's easy for you to say these words. Like, yes, well, it's easy for her to say those words, but, and remember, they're content creators. Unlike us, that who is working 8 to 5 on an 8 to 5 Monday to Fridays. Well, depending if you're I guess if like farmers doesn't have breaks technically as well, or seamen or sailors, something like that. But she doesn't have a break. if she does a break, she is technically losing money. A content creator at her level will needs to constantly bring out videos, try to get sponsors, so she could do it for a living. And I guess if it's true that she's gaining a lot of millions, she's doing pretty well at that. She's good at that. And a lot of people saying that it's very insensitive and problematic. Like in the argument that anything it's in the sense of anything that we say is going to be problematic and insensitive. Right? Like if you say one more hyperbole example, happy birthday to you, and that the one you said is like, how dare you, I don't celebrate my birthday, you are so insensitive, like that, right? It's in that sense. Like there are millions of people that will see her tweet or her post. I want to look. Okay, they linked the Facebook post. Oh no, did they deleted it? There's no. Oh, she deleted it. That's sad. But well, regardless, she will be getting a lot of reaction to that one. And yeah, as a content creator, she's gonna keep on posting something like that because end of the day, it's gonna be clout in a sense. It's gonna gain her a lot of attention, which is very helpful to her. Oh, she deleted her tweet. Why should delete the tweet? Well, I guess if you delete a tweet just to remove the negative comments, it's a smart thing to do. But the funny thing is, like, the thing that's like she's posting. But yeah, after she deleted those things, like, it's been quiet, I guess, in a sense. It's been quiet in a sense. Oh no, I think she screenshot her own post and posted as a picture. But yeah, this is a follow up. This is June 5. That was 2 days ago. So she posted she screenshot her post as a photo. Then this is what it said. This post could have been phrased better. I agree. It failed to fully phrase the message I wanted to convey. If gusto mo i-apply, up to you. Kung hindi applicable, if it's not applicable to you, if the post is not applicable to you, then don't. All of the outcome on your lahat ng outcome sa buhay natin madalas ay nakasalalay sa desisyon. So all of the outcomes that happens to us are based on our decisions that we make in our lives, small and big, especially if it involves the nation. I don't know why she talking about the nation, if you know what I mean. I think that's a random jab. That is a funny random jab. She just turned the post political. When you're not happy, that's when you start doing something about it. Before this is taken out of context, series of posts to okay. Oh, that's why she has a comma. That's why she has a parent what do you call this? An asterisk. Before this is taken out of context, series of posts to my page that help tell my story na I chase for opportunities na tumatakbo palayo sa akin at dumarating ako sa hirap. Buti may pics yung dates, kundi hindi kayo niniwala. Yun yung mga sinabi nyo, nag-flashback. Pinagdaanan ko din. Ginawa ko lang talaga ng paraan. Excited for you guys kasi kaya ko pala pinagdaanan yun. Okay, so she is referring to that because there was a follow-up post that say, yes, it yes, I would I have been to that situation before, but when the moment that she posts something about that, there are people posting like, wow, you have experienced this before, look at this picture, this was you years ago, right? So good. So basically she's saying that those were taken out of context. Those were actually recent photos, and good thing there were like timestamp to those photos. So this is saying that there is a time that she is saying that, right? Pero sana pag ikaw naman ang nakaangat, sana hindi ka nila tatuhin kaaway. Sana kilalanin ka nila bilang kakampi, hindi tulad ng nangyari sa akin. Yeah. So basically saying next time, if you become famous, hopefully they don't treat you as an enemy now and they treat you as a friend or an ally. Not like what happened to her. And obviously that a lot of people, it's still a 50-50 thing that they want to say, you know. But again, in my interpretation, it's just like for those who were offended by this one, it feels like you want her to consider your feelings despite she doesn't know who you are. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. I understand what she meant here. Does she need to apologize? No, she doesn't need to apologize. Why would she apologize? It's not, the intention of the post is not meant to, not meant to insult people. It's not to insult people. Like if I say, like I said, in a sense of, if I say Merry Christmas right now and somebody commented, how dare you, I don't celebrate Christmas, and I see this post, how dare you not consider my religion or a lack of religion, that's why I don't celebrate Christmas or something like that. You better apologize to me. Apologize because you posted this. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. It's, you might even think that what I'm saying right now is in a hyperbole, but it would better off explaining it in that sense so you'd understand why I think this is too much. People, you're asking too much from Donnelly. But yeah, she is sharing a lot of pictures what she was before as well. But yeah, it's just freaking funny. End of the day, it's clout. She's gonna get a lot of attention jumping into 2023. If she and considering YouTube doesn't have Facebook, Twitter. Well, Twitter you could do it, I guess. Doesn't have an unlike button anymore. You would see her views rack up. It's a smart thing for her to say. End of the day, she's a content creator. She will use this current attention to help her. Though, what is her latest video? Okay. Her latest video was 3 days ago. So this was before the post. Basically, she is in California, and she dressed up as a random person to fool her parents. Basically, it's just so funny. Like, she's fooling her family, like disguising herself as a different person. It's very interesting. So let me see here. YouTube. Sometimes I see her posts, Donna Lane Bartolome. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I must subscribe. She has 10 million subscribers, 10.5 subscribers. She has a couple of music videos. I think that's what that was the one that got her popular. Music videos. Let's see. Those pranking videos, unboxing. Yeah, oh yeah. The Squid Game. I think this is the one video that I got introduced me to her, was the Squid Game. Because Rastaman was there. But yeah, she does prank videos as well. I said it's a popular thing. She does she does cosplay, she does, Well, you see, yeah. Feel free to look at her channel. Yeah. But yeah, once she posted a video for sure. After that, I think that will have a lot more viewers. Probably will have a lot of negative comments in that side, but in the end of the day, the views are still views. If you really don't like the person, don't watch them, to be honest. Because that will not help them at all. But yeah. And now, okay. This is a quick break to read all of the comments. Because the last one that we're going to talk about would be the last part, which is the cosplay conventions that I went to last year and the upcoming cosplay conventions this year. Okay, hold up. Oh, Popo said, oh, it's Donna. Yes. 3 a.m. raid, gusto ko yung positivity niya sa bagay. Ang cringe na lang nung post para sa akin. Yeah, in a sense, it's cringe. It's like a lot of people, a lot of VTubers posted cringy stuff, right? It's just like that. Like if Sharpon posted, look at my booba, and like somebody like posted and reacted, how dare you post your booba? And I am a flat-chested VTuber. My model is flat-chested because I can't afford the boob physics. That's why I have a flat-chested VTuber. It's just like that. How dare you don't care about my feelings like that? You know, that's my interpretation to it. Like, I mean, I partially true, but you should be grateful that you have work. Yeah, that's still correct. But man, no need to force yourself to enjoy it. It doesn't say she doesn't say to enjoy it. At least it's like at least you have work. It's not you should be, you know. It's not in the force. It's a realization that end of the day there are still other people who doesn't have work. And at least you have work that could, you know, feed your family, fund your hobbies and such. It doesn't mean you say you should be smiling all the time, unless unless you're working, you know, to face clients. You should be smiling. The first sentence really gave that arrogant vibe. Anything else seems good. Yeah, they nitpick the first sentence. They did not look at the post as a whole. Basically, they just focus on that first part. Now, when you focus on that part too much, it's bad. Like in a sense, if you think about it like a YouTube video, you judge the YouTube video just for the thumbnail itself, or you know, there's a lot of those videos in PewDiePie before where they just took a part of those video and just taken it out of context. It's just like that. You should understand what it meant as a whole than just a part of it. You know. Because if you take part of a whole, it will change the context of it. So you have to be careful about that. Twitter moment by Kazuo. How dare you criticize her like that, Bread? You're so insensitive, right? She should call me out like that, since I talk about her and it's so insensitive for me to say that. Like, how dare you say that it's fine? My intention was to get, you know, maybe that's what her intention is, right? Cheer up on, are you talking about Donalyn? Yes. My God, Donalyn. I think she worded her initial post wrong. She wanted to be inspirational or something, but come off ignorant. I think here's the thing. I agree that she had worded it wrongly. She admitted to that. But let's face it, it come off as ignorant because of her standing. If I posted that in my IRL account as just, you know, a normal working citizen, it doesn't look like arrogance. It's not arrogance at all. If you're in a lower class, like a much more lower class, like maybe I only work part-time 3 times a day and only get like below minimum wage, it will come as different as well, right? It became ignorant because of her current standing. And against Sherpa, and then she started defending herself instead of just apologizing. Like I said before, she doesn't need apologizing. She doesn't need to apologize. she does. She doesn't need to apologize. Again, if any one of us, if we post something about something, we don't really consider all of the people that could see the post. If you're able to do that, you are a god. 100%. At least one of my every time I post, at least one of someone else disagree or see it as something as hateful and just decide not to comment about that. Easy clout for the win. I think it's not her intention to get clout, but it got viral, and I was like, okay, I'll use this attention. Yeah, she still won something in the end. Yes, she won. She got it. She got the attention of the people. Rastaman is one of. If you remember before the election where they get candidates, Rastaman was one of them. One of the nuisance candidates. People were like memeing him, like, I want that guy to be the president. So she got him and joined her in the Filipino style Squid Game. Sherpan, haha, she had some issues before, if as far as I can remember. That's why she had that rep. Well, we could go to the argument that if you have another issue always brought up, they're gonna brought up the past issues, and the question is that was those issues resolved? But to be fair, in these articles that I read right now, none of them brought out her past issues, which is a good thing. It's not relevant. It's not relevant to what it was being talked about. Well, we don't actually. I guess I don't know the past issues. Like, in a sense of, let's put it in a smaller scale, like a VTuber thing. If you have an issue in terms of releasing commissions, and you have another issue after a few years, which is similar to that past issue, like in BPI, the issue with BPI recently, and if that happened again, it's okay to bring up the past issue because it's related. I don't know her past issues, so I think it's, given that the news outlet does not brought those issues before, I guess it's irrelevant. It's a free crunchy. She can say whatever she wants. Hehe. Yeah. That's also the thing. I do say random stuff a lot. It's a free country, and at least there's like one or few people who will be offended by it. Okay, hold one sec. For the last part, this is the last part of our talk or our thing, I guess. And it's basically the conventions that I attended to last year and the conventions that I want to attend this year. So last year, I attended a couple of conventions. It was the Cos Carnival, the Cosmania, Cosmatsuri, the ESGS, and the Conquest. Those were not in order. So how I said it. Those are the 5 conventions I went to. So, to give perspective, 4 of those, which is Coscarni, Cosmania, and Cosmatsuri, I bought the tickets online. Also Conquest. Yes is the only one that I haven't bought online. Because ESGS allows you to buy it on the spot. So, yeah. That's what I did. Now, I would say that given that there's our 5 one, I will say what is the best convention I went and the worst convention that I went to. Which is actually tweeted about it, but now that you think about it, I think I could rearrange some of stuff. I think I could rearrange some of the stuff. I just gonna double check if it still holds true. If I look at it. Oh gosh, don't mind me. I have something in my nose. Okay, my worst is Cos Carney, which is the very first convention I went to. Which, if you think now, if you think about it, I don't think it is the worst that I went to. I think ESGS is far worse. Yeah, if you think about it, ESGS is far worse compared to what I said to Cos Carney, because the difference is in Cos Carney, number one, well, five of the well, I guess there is an advantage of ESGS because ESGS, you don't have line. You don't have a line. I didn't go there early as possible. Unlike the other four, I went as early as possible for the other four. So regardless, I fall in line for those four. ESGS, I went there around in the afternoon because I was just gonna buy stuff. And sorry. And basically, you could just buy a ticket immediately to just go inside. That's fine. So I would say the worst could be either Cos Carney or ESGS. Cos Carney, I would say the worst because first of all, you have to think about what would be your intentions are. Why do you go to conventions? To these types of conventions. For ESGS, ESGS was the very first time I have a merch being sold. This is FCC Gaming or Fact Gaming. He messaged me and he was like, dude, I would like to sell some Sir WheatBread merch. Is it okay for that one? And I was like, sure, no problem. I said it in multiple times before. If you create merch, if you do sell merch in conventions and you want to have a Sir WheatBread merch to sell, just let me know. I don't ask for cuts. I don't need to. I just want for people to have my merch. I don't really need to have a cut in it. So the problem with Cos Carney in my end is, number one, I did a cosplay, which is a Western one, and I appreciate it. It's an experiment for me to see how would people react to that cosplay. Because my cosplay at that time was one of the members of Court of the Owls, one of Batman's villains that has not yet appeared in movies, though. Well, it appeared in a movie that did not go to the cinemas. It just goes straight to HBO. And it was also the very first convention in a while that allows people to go to SMX. Well, there was the Cos Matsuri before that one, but it was virtual. So this one, Cos Carney, there were a lot of issues in the first day. I just went on the second day, so the second day was not bad. If you think about it, they did good in this sense because the other hall that was supposed to be the waiting area to go in, they converted that as an open area where you can take pictures, you could rest. Also, but obviously there is also a disadvantage because a lot of people will rest on that side. Nobody will be buying merch on the other side, right? There's a disadvantage, but that's on this perspective of those who are selling. VTuber merch, PH VTubers, not much people were selling their merch there. There's also the case of, there are DG Sanji merch and HoloLive merch there, but in terms of PH VTuber, not much. I guess given that there's just the first time it started open, and we don't know if people would buy merch in those conventions. Well, I would say it started that as such. Now, if you think about it, in terms of my cosplay, I think nobody knew who I am. Like, what is my character? Nobody like approach, let's say, hey, cool costume. Hey, can I take a picture? Hey, like it was a perfect costume for you to conceal your face and nobody would interact with you. However, a little bit disappointed. This is on my side. This is me. A little bit disappointed when I am a Batman villain and there is a guy there who dressed as Red Hood, dressed as Nightwing, and did not even try to look at me. I am especially the Nightwing. If you know the comic books, you would know why you should be concerned with the Court of the Owls. And for me, I'm not really much of an anime guy. I don't I mentioned this before. If you're gonna make me choose to wear a anime theme t-shirt or a Western theme like Marvel or DC theme shirt, I would select the Marvel or DC theme, preferably Batman over what anime style. I'm that type of guy. I enjoy anime. I enjoy Japan, but I don't. I would prefer a shirt having a Batman logo on it. It's poggers. It's awesome, and I like that. Now, if you think about it, Costcard is not the worst. I think it's the ESGS because number one, they are focused more on the gaming side. Yes, gaming cool. However, majority of the focus of the game are those games that I haven't played. Those are online games. Riot Games was there. Call of Duty was there. I think there's a bunch more. I'm a Nintendo guy. There is a there was a store that sells retro stuff, but it's just one store. It's cool. Good Night, the game made by Alex was there. It's also cool. Zelafina was also there. She had the game developed. I think she's one of the artists, which is also good. The one thing I would comment about ESGS though is where were they selling the merch? Or where are they selling the merch for VTubers? It was my very first time having a merch out there, but the placement of the sellers there was so bad. It was at the very right side of everything. And they are like, it's, well, to be fair, it's ESGS. Their focus is like the gaming side, but the merch side, the merch is just so disappointing. Like, I don't think you can't make people go there. If I were them, I would put those merch in the middle, in the middle, so the others, so it will be a place where they could go pass through. So for the traffic of viewers, if you want them sell merch, remember those booths are expensive. So I mean, I think I would say ESGS is the worst one for me. Again, my intention for ESGS is to look at my merch and buy for myself. And lo and behold, their merch is bad. The placement of indie game developers, which is like where Good Night is, it's good. They're very much exposed. I highly like that. Riot has a big space. The other games also have very big space. Globe has the biggest one, I think. The globe one was in the middle part. You don't need to put the globe in the middle part because if you put anywhere you put globe, we're just gonna freaking, people will still go there. Yeah, there's a lot of people, that to be honest. The best one is oddly enough the youngest one. Because ESGS has been there for a while, Cosplay Page has been there for a while, Ozine is there for a while. Conquest is a fairly young group, and it was a school project, and now is doing conventions in Manila, occupying the whole SMX convention. It was a fun one because number one, that was the first time I was like, you know what? Nobody, it's time for me to get attention in this convention. Cause Carney, it was a time to see what would be the reaction for a cosplay that is not really popular or unknown. I get that. Okay. But in this moment, I need to be noticed in a sense. A lot of Genshin Impacts out there. It's fine. It's okay for you to do Genshin Impact stuff. It's all good. But if I would do something similar to that one in a broader sense, anime related, I don't think people would notice me. I don't think people would notice me. Also, people will most likely, if I use given that I'm wearing a mask, I don't think people will take a picture of me there. Now, so I was like, I'm gonna still do something Western, but I have to do something unique. I bought a Deadpool mask. I found a bread costume. Let's mash it up. And for me, in the perspective of people were freaking notice me, it was a success. It was a success for me. A lot of people want to take a picture of me. A lot of people are, a lot of people were shocked that that was me. Bao and Zenz were there. I kept the uniform and I just went there, and they were enjoying what I look like. I had them sign the costume itself, and I was happy. I met a lot of VTubers there as well. And I just stalked them. Awesome. Overall, I enjoyed it. Wait, hold up. Okay. So, I guess Conquest is the best one in terms of lineup of art, a lineup of guests, the things that you could get. I think that was I think it is also the foundation. I think it's more of the foundation of VTubers selling their merch. It's because of the Good Night booth. It was their idea. It's like, you know what? Let's sell PH VTuber merch. Let's look for let's tell PH VTubers that we're gonna sell their merch. Because in Cos Carney, it was like an individual thing. There are people selling already PH VTuber merch at that time, but it did not gain much attraction because, you needed someone that will gain much attraction. Good Night, though, during that time, VTubers were playing the game itself. So apart from VTuber fans are also looking at it more on the PH side. And they did that idea. It was a success, in my opinion. And basically, after Conquest, a lot of VTubers started selling their own merch. So I think that's important about what happened in Conquest. And lineup-wise, apart from Bao and Zenz, there's also Lily Pichu. There's also Michael Reeves. The others are famous content creators, but I don't watch them. Voices from Genshin Impacts were there. So end of the day, in terms of lineup, it's far superior compare for the 4 other people, in my opinion, because Conquest was able to get international stars, right? Are there any issues? There's not much issue, in my opinion. There's not much issue, which is a good thing. But yeah. So now it's 2023. And there are a couple of conventions coming up. And I would like to have a list. Well, what is, what I'm gonna do, it's fun. I want to. Okay. Sorry for doing this because so Cosplay PH has 4 main conventions. It looks like all of them will be in SMX. Well, the subject change, But I think the at least the first one will sure to be cosplay in SMX, which is cosplay carnival on April 1 to 2. Then goes ACX Anime Cosplay Expo at July 15 to 16, Cosmania September 30 to October 1, and Cosplay Matsuri December 28 to 30. They have a theme of isekai for this year. I don't know what that means, to be honest. I guess it's just for their mascot. I don't know what does that mean that they have an isekai reborn. Like, what does that mean? Because if you're gonna say reborn or isekai, you're a different world. Would the convention look very different, or the way of they're doing it gonna be very different? We'll see. As of this moment, I am not interested to go to any of these conventions yet. I would wait for the guess or what I could get from it, because obviously doing an interesting cosplay, and as a person who just buy it on Lazada, it's hard to do mix and match to see what clicks. The Dipsy Momo thing was a success in my opinion. It's so cool. I made people freaking look and like, oh shoot, what the heck is that? That was my intention. That was my intention, and it worked well. Now next is okay. So based on who will be the guest here, on if I will go, then I Conquest will be back in Manila June 2 to 4. This is the only confirmed convention that I will go to. I will go here. I'm not really sure on when, because it's a 3-day event. I would like to see the guests first on when will they be available for meet and greet, and that's when I'm gonna go there, basically. Would I wear something for cosplay? I have an idea what should I wear, but I don't want to buy it yet. I have to wait and see, because obviously I have priorities. So those are for Ozine Fest and that thing. So there are also other conventions that will be popping out also. Sorry. So Ozine as well will have a couple of conventions, actually. Ozine said there will have 4 as well. Ozine Fest Summer on March 2023. If that were the case, this will be their first convention. They are the first convention. There is no specific on where it is. There is just a mini Ozine Fest in SMX this coming May. Ozine Fest Halloween on October 2023, and Retro Anime event in December 2023. I guess I want to see. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people are calling out cosplay PAs for bad ticketing system, bad management on on those things. I did not experience those because, to be fair, I bought them online. I was waiting. Actually, that's actually one example. If we going to back, that's another one example. I bought a ticket online. And like, if somebody comment and said, "How dare you say that you got a ticket and I wasn't able to buy tickets?" Huh? You understand what I mean, right? I might look into the Ozine Fest in SMX. Although I want to attend a convention in Mega Mall. It will most likely be I would go for, I would say, ToyCon. ToyCon will always be in Mega Mall. So yeah, I would go. If I'm gonna go a Mega Mall convention, it would be ToyCon for sure. I wasn't able to go to ToyCon. I was supposed to go to ToyCon in December, but obviously I had, like I said, I had an operation. I got my gallbladder removed. Wasn't able to move much, so I can't go to that convention. Very dangerous as well. Somebody might push me, and the thing that was attached to me might got like fall off. So I might look into Ozine, any of the Ozine activities here. I guess depending also who will be the guests. But I'm not a guy I'm not a cosplayer fan in a sense. But so like if you're gonna say this cosplayer will be coming in Cosmania, in cosplay thing, don't care, you know. So we'll see. So ToyCon, they don't have a date yet. I will watch for it. There are other conventions like the Otaku Expo, but I think that's affiliated to Ozine. We'll see. Ozine and Cosplay PH do hold free events, but I don't want to go there as well. Not interested. Again, for those are for, you know, if you want a time that where you could just, you know, do cosplay, they provide that time for you, an area. Go for it. Again, I'm not a cosplayer. I just do cosplay, so you won't see what I look like. That's just the issue with it. But regardless, everything else, don't care. So far, like I said, I would like to attend a ToyCon. ToyCon. Sure, we're gonna go to Conquest, Ozine, and Ozine. I might go to the SMX. Cosplay PH, depending on who would be the guest. In a sense of, okay, in a sense of maybe if there are VTubers meet and greet, I would go there. But given how Cosplay PH does it now, like a raffle thing, you know. So that's about it. But actually, that's basically the end of the other category. So let's gotta move over to stuff, additional stuff. And well, let's read the comments, I guess. Let's see here. We're not cultured in convention talk time. Yes, that's what Popo said. Ben is like, we're not cultured enough. Haha. I think that's reference to the Western style cosplay. Well, if you think about it, majority of the cosplay spectrum is anime one. Cosplay PH, Ozine, all of them were inspired. ToyCon, you might see Western cosplayers in ToyCon. If you remember Asia Pop Comic Con, a lot of them also were not just anime. Actually, majority of them were Western. So go for that. Conquest was a blast. I would agree. To be fair, it's a gaming convention first, I guess. Yes, but you know, any convention, there's somebody that will be selling merch. I'm just saying. They did not help those who sell merch, and they are charging them to have those, you know, stalls. Please help them, right? Ozine Fest is a good dude. Been doing there since 2014. I found a post. So I joined a Cosplay PH Facebook group just to see how many people took a picture of me when I was wearing the Deep Sea Momo costume. I saw a post there and saying, "Oh, look, Ozine will be having an SMX convention." I'm so excited, and there are people who were like, if they could describe Ozine compared to Cosplay PH on handling events at SMX, it looks like Cosplay PH are experts to it. However, it's a mini Ozine Fest. I'm not sure how big they will consume. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe if Cosplay PH consumed 4 function halls, but in reality only 3, I think they will consume 2 of them or just 1 hall. That's my if it's tagged as mini Cosmatsuri. Ozine held a concert in 2015. So Flo, it was on SMX. I heard there was an issue. There was also a comment that there was an issue there as well. Okay, let me continue. Cosmatsuri, they got it right. It's the matter of supply. Cosmania, I think they mishandled it. Here's the thing. If Cosplay PH were allowed to sell unlimited tickets, they won't have that issue right now. There's still COVID restrictions, so they will face that issues. That's why I think they're just finding ways to do it right. And like I said it before, don't if you want to fix it immediately, just don't sell the tickets as SM tickets. Have an external one. Lazada could be one of it. You could also do a Lazada, or do what Conquest did. They have a third. They have, you could sell it on their website and stuff like that. Don't sell on site, I guess. ESG Conquest did not sell on site as well. ESGS did, and they rented the whole SMX. Conquest also have a limited amount of tickets, but you don't see much of complaints. I am expecting a lot of complaints in Conquest this year if they're gonna continue of, in a sense. There's also limited number of tickets as per SMX rules, and there's no on-site. There's gonna be a lot of complaint because we haven't been able to get tickets. There were scalpers. That's expectation. If that were to happen, I would say there is no right thing to handle tickets unless you sell it unlimitedly, and you can't do that yet. My opinion. And I would really agree. I would agree that Ozine, a lot of people said Ozine is doing better in the ticket management, because there's only less people going there currently. I would say with confidence that Ozine Fest is currently the number 2 for anime conventions. Number 1 is Cosplay PH. And you're telling us that most of their events will be in Mega Mall, Mega Trade Hall, which is a very small. It's much smaller compared to SMX. So a lot of people are not gonna willing to go there, because imagine how small Ozine, how small Mega Trade Hall is. You're gonna put stalls there. You're gonna have the stage there. Get a food there. It will look very, very small. So only few people will go there. I also see a lot of posts. Majority of the posts are not inside. It's just outside of the Mega Trade Hall. Now, if you think about it, their space is freaking the whole Mega Mall. I went to a convention. I think I went to a convention in there before. I don't know what it is. I think it's ToyCon, or it's maybe an Ozine Fest. I can't remember. I went there because my friends. I tried to learn Japanese before, and most of the people that my fellow classmates were cosplayers at that time. They were like, "Hell, let's go to the convention." Okay, let's go. That's about it. Yeah. But in this case, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but we'll see. Let's see. And also they do sell on-site tickets. Also one thing to consider, Ozine Fest is in Muntinlupa, while SMX in Pasay. I would praise Cosplay PH because they're following COVID protocols. You are only allowed to sell a specific number of tickets because this specific function room or function hall can only hold this much people. If you think about it, Ozine Fest is risking us with possible of COVID, because if you're gonna sell unlimited tickets, same goes with ESGS. Ozine Fest, a Cosplay PH can sell. Well, if they do what Ozine Fest did, they could probably be banned. So that's gonna be an issue. There's gonna be an issue if Cosplay PH stop doing conventions probably in Pasay, in SMX. That will most likely move to Mega Mall, and Mega Mall. Yes, Mega Mall. Because I think World Trade Center is still in Pasay area, so I think if they're banned in SMX, they might be banned in World Trade Center. So and World Trade Center is much it's much harder to go. Is it much harder to go to? I think it's much harder to go to because if I can remember correctly, If you're going to the north, you can easily go use MRT or the MRT line, or there are bus along EDSA that will go straight to Mall of Asia and just walk to SMX. If you're going from from the north, from the south, I think majority of transportation will go to PITX. Then I know there are shuttles there going there. If they move to World Trade Center, I don't know any public transportation apart from if you're maybe in Manila. If you're in Manila, I think you could go there, World Trade Center. But if you're going like way south or way north, I think it's much more difficult to go there. You need like taxis. I'm not sure if there are buses going there. Before there are buses going there, but I don't think there are anymore. So World Trade will be a much more difficult place to hold conventions. SMX is technically convenient. You think about it, Mega Mall is also convenient because it's along EDSA. There might something up north. Maybe SM North EDSA. I know there's a convention area there. I forgot. I think it's also called SMX. I think they could do that as well. We'll see. But I'm just telling you that, right? I think it's better for Cosplay PH to adhere to those requirements, because if they get banned, it's gotta be difficult for the whole community as a whole. Too bad there's no more Best of Anime cons. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, Best of Anime. I remember. I don't know that it. Alzine had a concert in 2015. The band was Flow. It was on SMX. Yeah, it had. I think it had. It's a reference of it also having issues. I think the comments said that it was like reserved seat. There was an issue like the event they lined up as early as 5 p.m. and they got into the Flow concert at 8 p.m. because the line was so long. It became a free seating. So if you have a gold, if you're a gold one, you're gonna be, you may not have a place to sit. That's what's my understanding to that tweet post, and I can't find it anymore because the Cosplay PH Facebook page is so active. Yeah, people had low expectation on Ozine event. Ozine Fest was the first time first time go to conventions. Same, never been there before. Skydome, that one is pretty small. Honestly, if that Skydome is small, well, if Skydome is small, it's fine because I guess in North Edsa you could go someplace else. Again, it depends on what is your purpose. The purpose of you going to the convention. In the case for me, I just wanna, I want people just like look what I look like. If they took a picture of me, that's just fine. That's why, hence the bread Deadpool and the Dipsy Momo ones. My cosplay that I'm planning for Conquest, it will not draw any attention as much as the two, but I will cosplay that anyway. Because also I'm it's not triggered. I was like, I noticed that a lot of people are complaining also that there's too many Genshin Impact cosplayers. Try to try to cosplay something else. And what I say it as, there are different intentions why people do cosplay this and cosplay that. There's a lot of different, and one of them is like, I want because I enjoy this game and stuff like that. There's also the reason like, oh, I would look good in it if I take pictures. If they take pictures of a lot of people might take pictures of me. There are also that to gain gain attention, because you might do this as a regular thing. There's a lot of reasons why. And if the second one is your reason, like, so you get noticed out there, people will take pictures of it, stuff like that. All I'm saying, based on my experience, posting something that is not popular, no one will take a picture of you. When I wore the Court of the Owls, nobody took a picture of me because I was that character. and there was only one who took a picture of me, and that's basically sinful. And that's just that one person. I even remember her name. It was sinful. The rest didn't even notice me. A lot of people took a picture of me when I was wearing the Deadpool bread because obviously that's a cool looking costume. I was going for a banana, but then again, I'm Sir WheatBread. I go for the baguette. The Momo Dipsy one was a lot better. I love that so much. Though less people take a picture of me compared to the others, but I enjoy that as much. But there's also an argument that there's less people in Cos Matsuri compared to the Conquest one, but I love that a lot. I enjoy the Momo Dipsy thing. To be honest, I would like to look for three more people, and like we join the group cosplay competition. Then I will like edit the opening. Time for Teletubbies. Like make it horror. Dinky Winky. That's Dinky Winky. Like make it very scary. Like, make it very scary thing. It would probably win. You know? But yeah. That'll be very funny. I just gotta do that just because I just wanna make it like very, very scary thing in a cosplay event. And that is just a safest way to make a scary thing in cosplay. The safest way. But yeah. We'll see if I could get a couple of people do that. But you know. Like imagine if I am very famous, like have strong influence on people, I would invite people to say, guys, let's go to Conquest, wear a freaking Teletubbies costume, and join me, and let's just roam around the area. That would be so funny. But yeah, I would like to end the podcast right here. Thank you guys so much for listening to you guys. I will try to chapter this later in the afternoon or evening. Overall, I enjoy this. I would try my best to to set up the chapters of this one. Hopefully I could create shorts out of this one. And yeah. We just wait and see. So we're gonna end the stream here, guys. No stream tomorrow, as always, Sunday. I'll try to post my schedule tomorrow, hopefully. Because like I said on my Twitch, I will focus on finishing Mario and Rabbids. We have a Cuphead next week. Wait, I don't have a stream tomorrow, but I have a collab. Forgot to say about that. And finally, a collab tomorrow. I'll post schedule tomorrow. So confirm Mario and Rabbids. Maybe League of Legends. I got my old League of Legends account. I put it on Riot. So we're gonna use it. So remember, I do League of Legends streams before. I was using my Riot account and streaming, playing in the North America server. But that data was erased now. So I got my old data back. So let's like play once, right? It was just haha. Why not? But that's about it. So end of the stream here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And see you guys soon. Goodbye. Take care.